Hey guys, Tony here. Hope you're doing well. It's Sunday, January 20th. Have some interesting news items to share with you. Not too many, but hope you're holding strong. And of course, this is not financial or investment advice. Also, if you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Also, thumbs up. And definitely stay tuned because I have an interview with the CEO of Ledger. Yes, Ledger Nano S, Ledger Nano X, that Ledger, the CEO. So that video should be coming in the next few days. So stay tuned. Definitely some good stuff. I will be having more interviews as well, just to make sure I get you guys some valuable content and you hear directly from the horse's mouth from these different companies and exchanges. So the first thing I wanted to start off with, guys, because this actually was prompted by Tiffany Hayden of the XRP community, who replied to an old Twitter thread from last year, January 22nd, 2018, where someone asked David Schwartz, the CTO at Ripple, saying, "Hey David, we need clarification on the benefits and limitation of XRP in a race against Bitcoin after Bitcoin started Lightning Network. I consider it highly important, as we all do not want XRP to take another downswing." Keep in mind, this is last year, January, right? David replies saying, "It's too early to know whether Lightning will succeed, but it could make Bitcoin easier, faster, and cheaper to move. I truly believe that that's what's good for Bitcoin is good for everyone in the space." So this is a positive sentiment around Bitcoin. Now, don't get me wrong. The folks at Ripple, including David, have criticized, rightfully so, proof of work and even some of the the weaknesses in Bitcoin itself. However, as I've said to you guys many times, there's going to be multiple winners coming out of the market, and Bitcoin has the brand. It's the original. Its utility sucks, and once again, I can critique it, but once again, the brand, and it's the original, and it's moving towards a store of value versus being utilized for day-to-day transaction because it's so costly to use, and it's so slow. But that doesn't mean it's going anywhere. And I hope you guys, as I've said before, don't become what's called XRP maximalists, just like your counterparts of Bitcoin maximalists, where that is the only token and everything else is trash. I personally said that coming out of this market, there will be multiple winners. I believe the biggest winner will be XRP, but that doesn't mean Bitcoin won't be successful. Or I'm personally still bullish on Ethereum, even though all its issues, because we started to see the smart contract utility start to pick up in various use cases, and I've shared that with you guys, from governments to banks and so forth. And as you know, just to be transparent, I hold Ripple XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and a variety of different assets. I'm more bullish on some than others. For example, Ripple is a majority of my portfolio, but I do hold Bitcoin. And I've said it before, if you said I could only buy two cryptos for I only have two options, I would pick XRP and Bitcoin, to be fully transparent. And keep in mind that Brad Garlinghouse himself has also said he is long on Bitcoin. Here's proof.
Long XRP, I'm very, very long XRP as a percentage of my personal, balance sheet. I'm also long Bitcoin. I'm not long some of the other assets because
I'm also long Bitcoin. This is the CEO of Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse. Obviously, he's very bullish and long on XRP. And I personally said that I believe XRP, given with its use case and utility, would eventually take the #1 spot on the crypto market. But it takes some time to get there, right? It's going to have to be all these banks. The regulatory clarity has to get out of the way, and then we have to have the banks go live, and then the volume has to kick in. So, like I said, multiple winners, and let's see how David responds to Tiffany's question here. And if he does, and let's see what he has to say. And I believe that Bitcoin ain't going anywhere. And I'm going to go back to guys like Grayscale Investments, who own 1% of Bitcoin, even backed. What is back launching with? Physical Bitcoin futures. That means they actually have to have the Bitcoin. They can't just have it on paper. So can you imagine how much Bitcoin they have? Guys, Bitcoin ain't going anywhere, but keeping things in perspective, looking at facts, not emotions, I believe XRP, with its utility, because of the partnerships and the problem it's solving, will go to #1. Right now, it's holding the #2 spot. I'm also bullish on Ethereum. We've seen a lot of different, folks are adopting the smart contract technology. Now, some actually positive news around Stellar Lumens. I personally hold Stellar Lumens in my portfolio. Well, Grayscale, as I just mentioned, they own 1% of Bitcoin in circulation. They're adding a new investment product built around Stellar Lumens. So Grayscale Investments, the digital asset management firm operating under the Digital Currency Group umbrella, is adding support for Stellar Lumens with a new investment product. The company announced Thursday that it has launched the Stellar Lumens Trust, a single asset investment product which exposes investors to Lumens, the native asset of the Stellar network. Grayscale already offers single asset trusts for a number of other cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, Ethereum Classic, Zen, Litecoin, XRP, and Zcash. So this is great news if you're holding XRP. They remember who these guys are dealing with: institutional investors. Now, Huobi, they're doing some big things. They are doing some big things, just like Bittrex and some of these other exchanges. Well, they've secured a FSA license in Japan, and other large players are pending. So let me give the details here. On January 17, Singapore-based cryptocurrency exchange Huobi, one of the largest players on the market, relaunched as a fully licensed platform in Japan after merging with the BitTrade exchange. Big things happening, guys, in this really bad bear market with blood on the streets. Branching out to Japan, where compliance is valued and many regulatory measures are imposed by crypto players by domestic regulators, is a complex process. Here's how Huobi entered the market and which firms might soon follow suit. So let's see here. I don't want to read through all of this stuff here, but yeah, it gets into, the whole merger between Huobi's merger with BitTrade, and it looks like the other platform. There's so too many here to read out, guys. I don't want to just read off, but big news for Huobi and good news for the market, guys. The infrastructure being set up, right? Exchanges getting their license, expanding to other countries. We just saw Binance start to add fiat pairing with the euro and Great Britain pound with Binance Jersey, available in Europe, obviously. And I think once regulatory clarity opens up here in the United States, they'll probably expand here as well. The same thing with DX Exchange. They're holding off for regulatory clarity to move over to the United States. So the U.S. is really holding up a lot here, and hopefully we can get the Token Taxonomy Act passed by Congress. That would be great. Now, let's see here. Now, remember, guys, and many of you sometimes get annoyed. You're like, dude, you're saying the same thing. You keep saying there's manipulation in the market. And remember, I had Matty Greenspan from eToro on. I interviewed him, and I asked him about manipulation, and he kind of had a sarcastic remark, almost trying to say like there's no manipulation in the market. He was like, I don't know, prove it. Prove there's manipulation. So I even went ahead and tweeted him about this news where executives at Korean exchange Komid sentenced to jail for faking volume. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. There's more manipulation going on. Korean authorities sentenced 2 executives at Komid, a South Korean cryptocurrency exchange, to jail terms on January 17th for their role in orchestrating fraudulent trading volume, as reported by Blockin Press. It looks like the CEO received 3 years. Another executive named Park received 2 years. So this is just one aspect of manipulation, and this is not to deter you from the market. It's to give you an understanding of what's happening, right? And sometimes you see the price just drop off, or you see things just spike up, and you're like, what's going on here, right? It's because it's the wild, wild west, and that's where we need regulation to kind of regulate some of these exchanges. And that's important because we want to make sure they're not stealing your money, they're not faking volumes and doing all these things to try to make you pay higher, right, than the actual crypto is valued. So, and this is important because South Korea is a big pillar in the crypto market. There's a lot of volume that comes out of here. So I went ahead and tweeted at Matty about this, and anything that comes up, I'm gonna keep tweeting at him. And he said, "Yep, saw that, Tony. I'd never heard of that exchange before. You think they managed to move the price?" Well, the folks that arrested them sure think they did, and they probably did. I don't know to what degree, but keep in mind once again the volume that comes out of South Korea. So they could have, it could have formed a trickle down effect, or the first domino that hits the other dominoes down, right? And that could have certainly manipulated the price. And like I said, they're probably not the only ones. There's more stuff going on. So once again, this is not to deter you or get you worried, because in order for this market to become fully legitimized, like the stock market, which is where we're headed, by the way, the rules and regulation has to come into place, and we're going to start seeing more and more of these folks getting in trouble and getting arrested, and it's going to be a cleanup, right? It's going to be a cleanup. So, guys, that's the news. What do you think? I'm hoping we hear back from David Schwartz on this, but like I said, I don't know what's going to happen with Bitcoin and the Lightning Network, but I don't believe Bitcoin's going anywhere, because its main use case right now is more of a store of value. So leave your thoughts and comments below. Thumbs up. And please subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Thank you guys for your support, and I'll talk to you all later.